The alien newcomers arrived on Earth 3 years ago. Since then, many have remained in ghettos like this one called Slagtown. Here, they speak their own language, practice their own customs, and commit their own crimes. Mystery shrouds the Slagtown shootout that cost Detective Matthew Sykes his partner. From the producer of Aliens and The Terminator comes Alien Nation, a fast-action detective thriller that makes the future happen now. The impact of this provocative film is based on the spirited interplay of a hard-bitten cop, played by James Caan, and his new partner, a boy-next-door alien, played by Mandy Patinkin.
I'm not going to introduce you to people in San Francisco. I think I'll call you George. George?
Okay.
Okay.
Newcomers like George are subjected to a familiar pattern of prejudice, and upon arrival, each immigrant is given a new name. This underlying allegory attracted producers Richard Kobritz and Gaylan Hurd.
These are just the latest immigrants. They just happen to immigrate from another planet rather than another country.
Come on, I'll cover you.
Set in the imminent future, Alien Nation pairs the familiar with the otherworldly. Although this 20th Century Fox release has science fiction elements, director Graham Baker has emphasized the human aspects of this multi-layered story.
The object here is not to make an alien movie, it's to make a street movie, a movie about where the aliens are almost secondary to the story. You know, we're treating them as characters.
As Francisco and Sykes begin their first day as partners, they have a slight difference of opinion. Ignoring the chief's orders, Sykes is determined to find his ex-partner's murderers. George's plans are to pursue their assigned case.
You do agree that there's a good chance that these two shootings are related, don't you?
Yes. No, it is not unreasonable, although it is not...
Good. I'm so glad we got that settled, aren't you? I think we're really starting to click here, George.
Sykes is kind of a wise guy, you know? Kind of like me. He's a guy who quite opposite, he doesn't believe in procedure and doesn't like anybody, let alone an alien.
Which one of you slags is Porter?
As the detectives follow an unmarked trail through the bars and alleys of Slagtown, the connection between the murders becomes apparent. Long-hidden secrets about the aliens' past have emerged to cripple their progress. Mandy Patinkin realizes that this discovery shakes the peaceful world of George Francisco.
He's very happy to be on this planet, and he'll try to keep the world the way he's finally found it, which is nice in one little corner, and hopefully he can water that corner and make it spread. At least that's his little potato head dream.
Your hand will require attention. So will your head.
When I'm looking at man, look what I'm looking at. Look what I'm talking to. A potato I'm talking to. He's looking at me. I mean, not that I'm attractive, but I'm looking at a potato head, and I gotta act serious.
I have to wear this potato head, as James Caan calls it, all day long in this movie. And if it wasn't for him, I don't know how I'd get through it, because he basically makes me laugh from the minute I get here till the minute I leave.
Mandy did it. Mandy did it. Mandy did it.
The kidding around did more than relieve the strain of the 4-hour mask application and the next 10 or more hours the actors worked. It was reflected in the subtleties of the relationship director Graham Baker captured on screen.
This is Richard, my son. 4 years old. We named him after the former President Richard Nixon.
You open to a little piece of advice here, George. Me, I tell people I named him after the actor Richard Burton. Just take my word for it.
The relationship developed very quickly. It started, I think it's true to say, on screen, almost in the camera. The chemistry between Mandy and Jimmy is really the fulcrum of the whole picture.
We're looking at here, George. You got three newcomers with nothing in common. Now, what if it's just one guy that shot the three of them? Now you got 4 newcomers, totally different backgrounds. George.
The connection between these seemingly unrelated murders leads to William Harcourt, played by Terrence Stamp. He's a successful newcomer who's earned the respect of society. Harcourt's public veneer hides his true identity as the mastermind of the Slagtown crime syndicate.
He's wanting to be successful. He's just seeing What? Oh, yeah, this, I see. People lie and cheat and screw one another and make money. Fine. I'll do that.
What is it?
A sweet indulgence from our past, resurrected for our future. When my fellow newcomers learn they can obtain it here, they will work very hard to make as much money as they can to give it to me.
Harcourt's plan to indenture the newcomer population is driven by the very human trait of greed. But his success transforms him into an inhuman power. Sykes and Francisco's lives hang in the balance in their heroic attempt to finish the job they started. Because salt water melts alien flesh, George faces the horror of self-destruction to save his partner's life.
What will come through, I hope, is a story about two very different kinds of people that recognize something very equal about humanity within themselves.
Relying equally on humanity and strength, Sykes finds in Francisco the partner he could never replace.
But still, George, I gotta tell you, for a quiet guy, once you get started, you're hell on wheels, you know?
We are friends. We are brothers.